Yay!
Hello, folks.
Good evening. It is time for maximum knowledge.
Hi.
Yes, Maximum Outage Podcast is back.
So I got a new phone. I had to flex how loud it could get.
We're talking about stuff.
Yes, MaceBoy91 here alongside Menakai
Hi.
and Call Sign Suitcase,
AKA.
the real life Pepino Spaghetti. And he's kind of hanging out on the couch here. Hopefully, he doesn't fall asleep.
My nuts itch.
He'll fall asleep.
I will fall asleep.
It's Suitcase. If he ain't, he'll be on the cusp of falling asleep. 'Cause
Yes.
I remember one time he was sitting across from me. I saw him start nodding off.
It's lore.
Straight up just happened.
It's lore at this point that, like, dude, I work so fucking hard. I'm so
No,
tired.
you do.
It sucks. Like,
And then I'm surprised I kind of hold it together because we do this and I go do dinner right when I'm out of work.
You're right.
yeah.
And my job is just chill.
Yeah, you get paid to go bowling and swim and crap.
Bitch.
Yeah, you're right.
Damn.
Well, actually, I don't swim because my guy only swims for like 7 to 10 minutes.
Well, still, you get paid to go to a pool.
You don't swim because once you get in, all the water pours out.
Okay, that only happened once.
He didn't even cannonball either.
It was because it was the kiddie pool. He stepped in and just... Mom, there's a whale! A really big whale! Timmy, honey, there's no such thing as whales. We're in Oklahoma.
But
There are no whales in Africa.
But we got a few things we want to talk about, and the main subject we want to get to in this podcast is Pokemon Gen 4,
Yeah.
Diamond Pearl, and all the remakes.
Hold on
and
to your
plat-
butts for this one.
Pokemon, go to the polls.
Yes,
Hold on to your butts for this one.
and Arceus and all that other happy shit.
So, what's getting encompassed in this discussion? Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, obviously. Arceus, Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. The DS Mystery Dungeon games?
You could include those because I haven't
Well,
played them.
Explorers of...
I was going to put Platinum in there too.
Well, I said Diamond, Pearl, Platinum.
Oh, I thought I just.
I think maybe we should make the dungeons their own video or their own.
yeah, because
podcast.
I don't really know enough.
I've never
about
played
them.
them.
I will say one thing about time. I'll talk about it later.
But
When we're in the discussion.
yeah, before we get to those, there was a few things we wanted to get off our
We
chest.
do have to talk about the anime for Gen 4 because the anime was fantastic in Gen 4.
Okay, that's
It
fine.
was great. I remember it.
Alrighty.
You remember from one thing. Paul.
Yeah, you're right.
Paul.
But do you want to start Menakai or you started mentioning something before we started?
Oh. There's part of it. If that picked up, if it didn't pick up, Suitcase farted. There's a leg lifter too. So where I work at, where Maze Boy worked at, and Suitcase frequents when they go to pick me up, we get trade-ins for trading cards, mostly Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic, sometimes Lorcana, though I'm never there for that. Guy trades in a whole bunch of Pokemon cards and sorted out in different rarities. And he brought in, I don't know if it's OG, but it is a still sealed fossil pack.
Oh wow, yeah.
My boss didn't. He'll know Pokemon, but there's some he just does know. He'll know relatively the popular Gen 1 Charizard. He'll know Eevee, Pikachu.
Yeah.
Anybody else than their mother knows. So apparently so Aerodactyl's on the front of this pack, so
Yeah.
you know it's the fossil set. He goes, it's either that or the snail thing. I'm like, snail thing?
Ammonite.
And then Tall and Skinny's there because he's helping price the cards up because they'll do the Pokemon stuff. That's fine. And somehow he immediately knew who it was because I guess he went to him for this particular card. I don't know where he got this connection, but the snail thing that he's thinking of was Lapras.
What?
I don't like it in his head. From what I heard from him, he just saw the head and the neck / body, and he's thinking snail. I'm like,
That's funny.
I mean, Lapras has the shell, and then the ears look like snail shells. But that's about all I got.
Yeah, it's about the only like.
That's weird.
I was like,
Yeah, you guys know about the elephant Pokemon?
Oh God, don't get me
What was the
started on
name? Rayquaza?
Yeah.
I'm sitting. I'm like I'm trying to make the connection, but it's just funny. I'm like snail thing. That's funny.
That's
But
funny.
it was
Incredible. Now the big thing is you gotta weigh that fossil pack if you guys got it.
we got it. The guy said yes to everything.
Nice.
I think we gave him $240 for everything because he had a graded gold arted Zacian card, full art. I don't know if it was a PSA 10 or whatever, but that was about.
Wow.
I think that was worth like 80, and I think the fossil pack was, at least from our price, like 2 something.
Damn.
So we got that.
You guys got to get that
and
weighed.
it's in the closest thing you can get to a slab too. So
Wow.
it's that pack's not getting open. That'll be one of those packs you open and you get crap in it.
Well, that's why I'm saying you got to weigh it, because if it's a certain weight, then you definitely open it, because it's
I took a look.
holographic cards in older packs make the pack weigh slightly more. So if you have a pack that weighs like 21, 22 grams, you have to crack it. More than likely, if you get it graded decently, it'll come back at a profit.
I was helping a customer, and then I looked at because we do have graded cards in our display.
Yeah.
We have a full art, I think. I'm pretty sure it's full art. It's an Espeon card where it's sleeping. I don't know which set it's from. Price tag we have on this thing? $580.
Doesn't surprise me.
I'm like,
Damn.
Is it a 10?
it might be.
It
I
better
just
be.
saw the price tag. I know where to look for it. I just looked at the price tag. But I'm like, that's kind of wild. My place has got cool stuff. You don't know about this. He's seen them. We got liquid core beholder eye dice in.
Oh, neat. No, you were showing us pictures of stuff of it.
Yeah.
Did you see him move?
Yeah. It was really cool.
So
That shit's
we
fucking
do have we have one of the big D20s. I haven't touched any of these. I don't want them. But we have a misprint set, which he's not going to sell. Just because I wouldn't feel comfortable selling either. So I don't remember because I was the one sorting them this time because we got him in on Friday. And normally it's tall and skinny doing it. But it was me. They printed an extra percentile dice. So we got 6 percentiles and 4 D10s for this one set. Like this one particular style, it's just that. And then one of the D10s, they only painted half the numbers on. So the top half is just, you see it, but it's not painted in. It's supposed to be painted orange, and you just see the clear number.
That's kind of cool.
And I marked it with a check mark, and Genius Tall and Skinny didn't put it in the case when I specifically told him it was a display set. Little punk. Showed it to him. I told him, this specifically goes in the display because he will not sell it. Guess what I got to go find now?
Yeah.
Nice.
He ordered like 5 versions of a set of like 10 sets.
Oh, wow.
So I got to find all of them. I got to go through all of them because I know how I boxed them up, but I don't know how he jacked it up. Man, it's been a long week. I had to work rant a little bit.
That's
all
fair.
right. Oh, I got to tell this one story. Suitcase doesn't know this either. You know, because I told you when we were getting got them in. So we've got PS5 controllers in now. But we had to get them boxed up and ready because they're sent loose and the boxes are sent loose. I had a guy that we get in just to do it, give him something to do. Because he likes that kind of organizational stuff. Keeps him focused. Essentially keeps him quiet. Maze knows exactly who I'm talking about. He'll be the one. I kid you not. I'll tell you this story. So we now have him Monday and Fridays. So I'll see him beginning of the week, end of the week. One Friday, I called in and said, I just wasn't feeling it. I don't see him again until Monday. First thing he does when he gets out the bus on Monday, sidesteps into the room, and first thing out of his mouth, top of his lungs, I heard you were sick on Friday. I'm like, yes. I'm sick on, yes. And then I'll be as close as I am to you right now, Suitcase. He'll be like, what do you want me to do? I'm like, first of all, stop yelling at me. I'm right here. Like, I don't mean it, but like, first of all, you got to stop yelling at me. I'm right here.
He just gets
a little
animated. Excited.
Yeah, I feel that.
I had to send him.
Have you played the new Monster Hunter game yet? It's awesome. The food looks really realistic. I should show you what they look like. It's like, bro, I'm right next to you, man. You don't have to scream.
We had I wouldn't call it an incident, but it was an issue where he steered a customer a wrong way because he's not supposed to wait on customers.
Yeah.
So my manager, I could tell, you can tell too, when she gives somebody the death look, even back of her head, I could tell. I'm like, I could tell Zane, he's like, yeah, I'm like, go back over there. I'm going to talk to you in a minute. He didn't quite, he's still worrying about this is worrying about something going on with the system, not the situation at hand. I sent him back to Grizz.
Oh, no.
Grizz went dad mode on him.
Oh, no.
Now, I've seen Grizz discipline dad mode, and I felt like I was in trouble. And he was halfway across the store. I also heard that. This wasn't that. This was dad mode of, you've got to understand what this is. And I'm just like, there we go. That's what he needs. But I had him sorting through the controllers and the boxes. We got black and white ones. 25 black, 25 white.
Damn.
We ended up, we're missing a black controller. He's freaking out. I'm like, I don't remember if we put in another box or not. He's freaking out looking for it, and we just settled, okay, we don't have it. It's missing around something. We'll find it eventually. He goes tell my boss. And my boss looks at me and goes, did you sell a black controller this morning? I'm like, oh.
Oops.
I didn't have the box ready yet, and the guy didn't care for the box. He just wanted the controller. And I look at the guy, I'm like, sorry. I had you freaking out for like an hour. Sorry. But he's like, at least we know what it is. I'm like, yeah.
True.
Yeah. First thing he said, I'm just like, oops. No, it's been a week. Not a bad week. It's just been a week. I got my new phone. Got my tax screen. Got a new phone. I love it.
Hell yeah.
So much better than my other one by far.
Oh, yeah. Your phone's like night and day now.
So, I don't even think Suitcase knows this. So, my old phone, when I go through Pokemon Go, I'm good on the overworld. Little bit laggy, but you can tell. I go to touch a Pokemon, it turns into a slideshow.
Oh, incredible.
And the old one, so I'm like, I can't do this. I can't do this. This new one, as I told you, everybody knows who play Pokemon Go. They know their jingle.
Yeah.
I'm in the game before the jingle stops.
Oh, wow.
It's great. Mm-hmm. I load up TikTok, and the word TikTok doesn't show up on the logo thing before I'm in TikTok. Nice. I'm like, bro, the only thing I got to get used to is like there's no like home button and back button. You got to hold a certain part of the screen and then flick up to get things closed. It's like I got to get used to that still.
You might be able to change that in settings.
But
I know there is phones that you can change the
like
settings
there's
on
like
that.
even for my like if I want to slide this up or down, I got to hold like down here and make sure I don't have the keyboard up because I'll hit like the Gboard language settings. Well, because yours is also older. Mine's like the latest one.
I mean, I don't have to swipe up. I can just swipe anywhere on the screen to get the
I don't know. I was a monkey with my settings. I just kind of let it go and had it happen. I walked down AT&T 45 minutes away as a walk away from where I live at 6:30. They close at 8. I'm like, I'm going to get this turned on now because I got it Wednesday. I don't go back to like that plaza till Friday. So I'm like, I'm going to get this turned on now. Done deal. Got it done. Was in and out in like 20 minutes.
Nice. Good.
I come back up and my landlord goes, I didn't even know you were gone. I'm like, yeah, this is why. Because he was gone. My phone came in. I'm like, this is mine. They left it on the front step. I'm like, with where I live, I'm going to get this now.
Yeah.
Not leave it on the front step. It's a good thing I was home then.
I don't blame you.
But yeah, that's that rant. I got other rants, but I'll have everybody else have a turn with talking because I'm done for right now.
So, since I've been talking about music recommendations on this podcast,
By the way, Suitcase, have you listened to any of it yet?
What?
Any of the music recommendations we gave you last week? Well, last time? It's okay if you say no. It's okay if you hate us.
I can't remember.
They gave you like 7 of them last time.
Oh, man, I'm exhausted. I'm just like...
It's all right. It's all right.
No, so the artists that I recently started listening to. Now, you know how there's like Little Richard, Elvis Presley, Jerry Lee Lewis, those guys.
Who? I couldn't resist.
I'll slap
No,
you.
that's like a tall and skinny thing. Yeah. I'll say so. He don't know who William Shatner is, and I look at him. I'm like, I full first and last name him. He's like, what? I'm like, get away from me before I throw something at you.
Yeah. So there was all those rock and roll guys back in the day, but before them, there was Sister Rosetta Tharpe. She was this big black woman.
I feel like I know her.
She has a soulful voice, and her music is awesome.
I'm going to write her down in my notes.
She is the influence to Elvis and all of them because she came out before them.
Wow.
Like in the, I think it's late 40s, early 50s. Before all of them came out, she was the one rocking and rolling. There was a couple of songs I actually wanted to pick up for my friend and I's band. It's like, I love these songs. How have I not heard these songs? There's one video that's in, I think it was up in England.
Yeah.
They had this concert in this like old train yard.
Oh,
And she had this long, just extravagant white coat, this beautiful white Gibson Les Paul guitar, rocking and rolling, singing her heart out. It's like, I like this woman. This chick's cool. I like her music. Highly recommend you listen to that stuff because it is just soulful and it hits you in a certain way that, don't get me wrong, Elvis and them can do it, but she started it. Really quick, I do want to mention.
There, I got them saved in my notes. I got it. I had to figure my phone out first. I don't know how to do notes yet.
Just download the Google Notes app.
Oh, this one already has one on it. It's called Keep Notes. It's already got one on there.
Hell yeah.
Is it through Google?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's the one I got. So one of the other things I wanted to
I just
mention
had to figure
too,
out how to use it on this newer phone.
Yeah, I know. I had to get used to it
I
too.
look at this phone. I'm like, how do I do anything?
Yeah. But one of the other things I wanted to mention too. So the video game I've been working on, I'm starting to add hard, difficult levels into it.
Ooh.
But they're not.
We about to Dark Souls your carcass.
They're not easily accessible because they're like hidden. They're like hidden levels, and you know how if you're playing like I don't know a Mario game, Nintendo kind of almost makes it kind of obvious. Like, okay, this is out of place. There might be something here.
Why is this terrain extended just a little bit more than it should be?
Well, in my game, I'm not going to make it that obvious.
Or it'll be like stone wall, and then there's like a set of stones that's out of place. This is a secret doorway. Let me hit it.
Yeah.
Let me hit it.
So I'm going to start putting more like YouTube references and like YouTube personalities. I actually gave Arthur Morgan a whole separate room that you can go into. And he's sitting there with like a campfire and a tent.
No, first thing I just thought of was the video you sent me. Roger's
stuttering someone.
So did you see that video?
No.
So Roger Clark, Arthur Morgan, goes to an independent wrestling show. Somehow they let him get a microphone and start talking trash to this heel.
Incredible.
And he just keeps talking, and then he pulls out the Arthur voice. You ain't right, boy. And the crowd goes wild. He gets in the ring to start trash talking again. The guy slaps Roger. Straight up slaps him in the face. Roger turns and gives this man a stunner.
Oh.
It's amazing.
And I saw this, I'm like,
yes!
This is, and I even told Maze, I'm like, this is probably the greatest video I've ever seen in my life.
I know.
It's in the Max and Mouth stage. You gotta find it. But I'm like, that's probably the greatest video I've ever seen in my life.
So yes, at some point I will make a trailer for my game. And I will put now all these hidden levels, A, they're hard, and B, these people you have to talk to will be the achievements.
Yeah.
So you have to get all the achievements to get 100%. You have to go through all the levels. So I'll make a video for that, like a little advertisement for it eventually once I get more levels packed into it. So one of the last things I wanted to talk about before Gen 4. Now, Suitcase, do you have anything you want to mention before I mention this?
Because he could go, then I got it. Then we got a WrestleMania rant we can do.
I got the wall. No, I don't really have anything.
Bottle of water.
I'm just kind of existing. Like, let's be real. I'm tired as hell, and I'm like zoning in and out.
Yeah.
I wanted to do this though. At least try to.
He's already.
So, one of the last things I want to mention, and if you pay attention to gaming news.
Oh my God!
Oh yeah, Microsoft just jacked the prices up of all their consoles, their games, and accessories. Dumbasses.
And it's already taken effect because we had this almost essentially affect us at work a little bit.
Oh yeah, obviously
we checked.
It would.
So we compare ours through GameStop. They've already jacked. Used Series X is like I think it's actually $580. Like hitting almost $600 for used ones. And then Walmart's got brand new for $700, and the digital one is $650. Like, y'all are already losing. This will not help you.
Well, yeah, and not to mention the fact Microsoft is third when it comes to selling consoles.
Yeah.
And just like what Suitcase mentioned before we started the podcast, what's the sense of buying an Xbox where you can just get Game Pass on PC?
Yep.
I can use Game Pass on PC right now.
Yep. I could do if my computer went piece junk.
Yeah. Hell, with some of the lower end games, you probably could.
Yeah.
But this, I mean, obviously, I have an Xbox Series X already. I have a PS5.
I have a Series S. I used it for one game, and then that game ended up going on other systems that I play more.
Yeah.
So I canceled my Game Pass. I canceled my subscription, and now it's just sitting in my corner. I don't use it.
Hell, keep it.
I'm
and when the price is going to go up, you can sell it for more than what you bought it for.
Yeah.
So, obviously, it's because of Nintendo doing it. Xbox has to do it.
Yep.
And at some point, Sony's going to do it.
Most likely.
And all these prices are going to go up. And
Exactly.
$600, $700,
I'm
$800
afraid
consoles.
it's going to be one of those things where unless you're loaded with money, you will not get a new generation console.
That's the thing. It's this hobby was supposed to be
a hobby.
you have consoles that are accessible to people. It's like, you know what, $300, that's not too bad for a new console. Whatever. Like when the PS4 first came out.
Yeah.
And the game's
that
$50,
point,
$60. I mean, whatever.
I would like them to be cheaper, but that you can deal with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
It's reasonable.
now it's getting to a point.
New
Or
games
it's
are
like
$70 now, and
80.
And then Nintendo's got them for 80, and probably 90 for physical for Mario Kart.
Well, Microsoft has their games $79.99 now.
I hate them.
For first party games.
Yeah.
And actually, speaking of that, if they're going to be day one on Game Pass prices are going to go up because of these games being $80.
Already went. It's already gone up a couple times.
Yeah. So everything's just going to keep going up and up and up. And then what's the next gen going to be?
Yeah, exactly.
Are they going to be
It'll be to the
$900, $1,000 consoles, digital only?
You'll have to be like top 1% of wealth anywhere to get a new gen console, and I'm kind of scared.
And I think I mentioned this on the podcast once when Nintendo mentioned their price increase. There's going to be a video game crash at some point.
Yep.
Because everyone's going to keep jacking the prices up. Games are going to go up. Controllers going up. Headsets going up. Consoles going up.
I'm sorry, when your Pro Controller is the same price as a physical day one Mario Kart game, something's wrong there.
Mm-hmm. It's going to get to a point where A, nobody's going to buy them. B, video game companies are going to go under because they're not selling their game.
Yep.
And C, these consoles are going to be stuck on the shelves. Nobody's going to buy them, and stores are going to be like, dude, we can't have these on our shelves for 5 years. We have to liquidate them.
Yep.
So they're going to drop the prices of them,
And
and then you'll sell the consoles, but
And then
nobody's
people-
going to be making any money.
And then they'll be like, you know what? Maybe we should go back to that $400 price tag.
And I understand because of the tariffs and shit, but
I get that, but still.
Microsoft, you are an American company. You were started in America. Now, I understand the fucking shit's a lot cheaper for labor and shit in China, but why don't you bring the factories over to America and give people jobs? That way you don't have to worry about the tariffs. Then you wouldn't have to raise your prices. You could be competitive with Nintendo and Sony. I mean, I don't know what the hell they would do, but, you know, they probably can't even get 90% of the parts anyways because they have to get them from overseas regardless.
Yeah.
But it's like, give me a break here, dude.
It's like something you'll have to figure it out. It's gonna be a rude wake up call for all these companies. Like, maybe we shouldn't have been greedy. Like, I understand the tariff part of it, but then it's like maybe you don't have to compete with yourselves and each other price wise.
It's going to force them to sell them at a loss, like even more of a loss. Supposedly, Nintendo's selling the Switch 2 at a loss, but you're going to have to drop the price even more if you plan on selling shit. Apparently, Nintendo Switch 2 prices, or the pre-order is sold out, apparently. But with all these other consoles going up, 5 years into the console life cycle and the prices jack up, it's like, give me a break.
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Here's what I want it to be. Don't make your competition be about what your system can do. Let your competition be about what your games are for exclusives.
Yeah, really.
Like pit God of War against Halo against, I don't know. The first thing I could think of is like Mario for Nintendo. Their only thing is like put those. What's the quality that Mario can do now? You went open world, expand on that. Put that against God of War. Put that against Halo.
Supposedly they are working on an open world Mario game.
Yeah, like do game features. Don't do what your system can do. I could care less what your system can do. I want to put my disc in or download a game and be done with it. Mm-hmm. That's all I'm going to use it for unless I try to boot up Netflix or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, give me your quality. Give me Last of Us quality stuff almost consistently.
Yeah.
Like, give me Last of Us. Give me Red Dead. Give me...
I'm already looking at alternatives just to get cheaper games.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Hell, even go to GOG, Good Old Games, get them DRM free. Look through Steam more.
Yeah.
I'm just glad
it's a scary world out there now for gamers.
I'm just glad at
really
work
is.
I get a
The
discount
most
and our
depressed group of all.
Yeah.
Gamers.
Mm-hmm.
No, what'd you say, man?
I'm just glad I get the discount at work that I do for some of the games.
Yeah,
Even though some of them are
regardless,
ridiculous,
it's still
it's all going to go up.
Godly large amount of money.
I mean, take a look at this. Suitcase briefly knows this because I posted it in the Max and Mouse chat. Remember the old Pokemon Master Trainer board game?
Yep.
Some guy traded it in. Everything's there. I've thought about it just for the simple fact Maximum Mouth, which plays Pokemon Master Trainer.
Yeah. $90.
90. That's with my discount added onto it. It's like 100. It's 120 without it.
Jeez.
I was like, do I want to? Absolutely, but I can't pull that trigger right now. I mean, I get it. It's an old game, and I'm not gonna say obscure, but still, but it's like I can't pull that on a board game.
Yeah.
If I'm pulling that on a board game, I'm gonna get an entire D&D setup kind of thing.
Yeah.
Not that.
Hip a skip a doodly doo.
Fun fact: I made sure all the pieces were minus the disc for the 150 Pokemon. Tall and Skinny did that with quick math. I'm sitting there going, unless Mew is there, because I couldn't remember if Mew was there or not. There should be 150. Oh yeah.
I saw a Medic sent me a picture of a pug
I want a picture.
that
Of the
was
video.
like, well, yeah, video, and the dog was like half dying.
The dog wants food at the end of the table. Everybody's eating. He didn't get none.
did an impression of him, and it was the funniest fucking thing.
And
I've ever
then
seen.
he saw the actual video and he's dying. But somehow Tall and Skinny did the math quickly with what he counted. Somehow he got 152. I'm like, that's impossible. Unless they made Ash a Pokemon, that's impossible. I plugged it in my phone and got 150. I'm like, no, you're good. Everything's there. He goes, how many starter Pokemon should there be? I'm like, 3, 4 if they put Pikachu. Games for up to 6 players. So I'm like, who else did they put? Meowth and Clefairy. So I'm like, unless they put Pikachu, you got Bulbasaur, Charmander, Squirtle.
It's Pikachu!
It's Clefairy!
Pikachu.
Pika! Okay, am I going to do this?
Oh, fuck.
Wait, I don't even need your permission for this one. I mean, Venusaur.
Bam! Oh!
Bang.
Oh! Fuck! My knee! That's my knee!
Fucking knee!
Shit! Oh, man!
Look, man, I'm really
Why
sorry.
did you involve me, you asshole?
Because I love you, Pikachu.
You're gonna lose!
Is that what you want?
Christ!
All you
Feed me is puffins! I need nourishment!
Toast meat or something. We don't kill Pokemon.
We do! We do it for you, you fucking asshole! Gosh damn it!
Look, man, I'm really.
Fuck you, man! You suck!
Fuck you, man.
You stupid evolved prick! What do you even do? You're just a plant
Thing.
Fuck you, man!
Fuck you, man.
It's all your fucking fault.
Look, I was. I gotta do an attack. You can just walk away.
Walked away. But then.
If you don't know what that video is, you're not a real Pokemon fan. Look up the damn video.
Listen. Considering that we just
Jamie, pull
quoted
that video
most of it,
Jamie, pull that video up.
Oh,
Listen,
yeah,
we
I
just
forgot I
quoted
fired
most
him.
of it, and it was uncensored. I don't care if you ain't over 18 or not. Watch the stupid video. It's hilarious.
Yeah. But anyways, you said we had like a WrestleMania rant we gotta get to.
What WrestleMania we at? 41 or 42 now?
41.
Is it 41?
86.
Okay. Yeah, because 39 Cody lost. 41. Okay. WrestleMania 41.
John Cena.
John Cena's very last WrestleMania.
It was kind of garbage.
And I'm pretty sure it's his
The
first
match was-
WrestleMania as a heel.
Yep, the match was really bad.
Yeah, like everything was.
Yeah, you didn't miss anything. It
The
was
crowd was dead.
crowd was dead. The match was predictable.
Yep.
And I kind of wonder if though Cena was like, "Oh, you don't deserve me changing. This is my song. I'm not going to change my attire." What if he purposely did that?
He did.
Just to purposely made the match bad?
No, they try with that. It's just the crowd was dead.
I don't know.
I mean,
I'm sorry.
so-
There's been
no,
a lot
no,
of matches
no,
I've
no,
seen Cena
no,
actually.
It wasn't Cena. This is part of my other rant. I'll get to the rant later. That's what I think. So
I shitted.
there's a little spike, and it wasn't me. Like right before I started speaking, there's a little spike. That wasn't me.
That was my ass.
So, statistically speaking, right now, John Cena is the greatest of all time.
Well, yeah.
John Cena is a 17-time world champion.
And he has also lost it 16 times.
Well, so is Ric Flair.
Yeah.
But like, statistically, John Cena is the greatest of all time. Nobody else has 17 world title wins. He was tied with Flair, and then he beat Flair. He beat Flair's records. However, the match itself could have been a whole lot better.
It was garbage.
You did not need Travis Scott walking into that match.
Wait, Travis Scott was
Travis Scott.
Sadly.
So here's the story with this.
Okay.
This is going to get into my rant for a certain final boss. Elimination Chamber, which was the show before WrestleMania, the one right after the Rumble. John Cena lost the Rumble, as Suitcase saw. So his shot at Mania in that aspect was gone. The only way he could get to WrestleMania in the main event was to win the Elimination Chamber,
Butters.
which he did. And then out comes The Rock, because Cody needed to give him an answer on if he was going to sell his soul and become the corporate champion that The Rock wanted him to be. Cody pretty much told The Rock, screw off. And Cena's sitting right there because Cody came out to congratulate Cena because they knew that was going to be the match at Mania.
Mm-hmm.
And then Cena goes to hug Cody, but he's looking at The Rock. The Rock pretty much does the cutthroat, like, end this thing. And Cena looks right at Cody, big grin on his face, and then low blows Cody. So Cena has aligned himself with The Rock, turning heel for the first time in 25 years. And he kind of goes on this rant of, because he had the plan back when Cena was going to fight The Rock one time, once in a lifetime, whatever. He was going to turn heel, get all new attire, all new this, that, and the other, change everything. What's he laughing at? What are you laughing
Can I
at?
say this really quick? Mm-hmm. There's a new word called fartled.
Oh, yeah?
A verb to be suddenly startled, disturbed, or agitated by loud fart.
Fartled?
Yeah.
What happens if it's your own fart?
I'm fardling. I'm
I am
fardling my nuts.
I am fartled, but anyways.
I'm fardling it.
So now Cena, he changed nothing. His theme song's still the same. Attire is the same. Nothing's changed. He's being a dick now. Okay, cool. Interesting. I like it. He publicly broke up with every single member of the WWE Universe. Okay, cool. Match happens. Cena wins. Cena wins his title. And then The Rock gets on the Pat McAfee show afterwards.
Okay.
This whole storyline that started at Elimination Chamber,
Yeah.
with Rock pretty much aligning himself with the stable to quote unquote make his own champion, do this, that, and the other.
Mm-hmm.
There's no end to it. They had nothing planned. They kind of did it just to boost sales for Elimination Chamber. There was no concrete storyline for any of this. Rock just did it because it's Rock.
Damn.
Yeah.
So Rock has his finger on the buzzer. He can pretty much pull what Triple H can do and do whatever he wants. And I watched a clip from Busted Open Radio, which is hosted by Bully Ray and Mark Henry, some other guy I don't know. Mm-hmm. And Bully had a good thought. Instead of Travis Scott showing up, Rock's music hits, Cody's distracted, Cena gets the win through the whatever means he does. If it's AA for the title shot, whatever. Rock doesn't show, but then Rock shows up on Raw and goes, yeah, I did it because I could.
Damn.
Didn't happen.
That's how it, exactly. That's how it should have been. But
like, let the Rock's presence be felt in a way and be like, yeah, I did it because I knew he would stop. That's how I get what I want.
And like I said at the beginning of this, the match was garbage.
Ideally, it would have been when Cody makes his comeback. He's about to hit the crossroads again. Final boss music hits. Cody's easily distracted, gets counted out or gets pinned. 1, 2, 3, done. Then The Rock goes, I can do what I want. I made the call from my beach house in Bali to screw you over because I'm the final boss. I'm this, that, and the other. Rock did not show up. Rock didn't do anything. So there's no real storyline with any of this with Cena turning heel. Yeah. And aligning himself with The Rock. There is none.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense.
And it's like, seriously. Okay, Elimination Chamber sales are floundering because nobody cares for Chamber. You do not need a pay-per-view to hit between Rumble and Mania. Mm-hmm. You really don't. And if you do, don't make it like a title match. Okay. WrestleMania. Royal Rumble. If you win the Rumble, whoever that champion is, boom, that's it. That's your opponent. Why have it change hands and now have a match you don't need or nobody wants? If you have a dream opponent, like, let's do it this way. If these two, as great as they are in their prime, have never fought Cena and Randy Orton, and Randy Orton is world champion right now, and Cena wins the Rumble, and Randy is the only champion right now, you've got Cena Orton at WrestleMania for the first time for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Damn.
Why change that and throw... I'm not saying this to make it seem like he's bad, but if they've done this before, done the dance as many times as Orton and Cena have themselves, and you put the belt on Batista in place of Orton at that point, when we've seen Cena Batista multiple times in this kayfabe world, nobody wants to see that again. So why put the belt on Batista instead of keeping it Orton? That's what happens at Elimination Chamber for a lot of things. So why not just leave it? The Rumble, Cena could have turned heel, but he didn't.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's just, I don't know. Elimination Chamber is fine, but don't put it into WrestleMania or like between Rumble and Mania. In my head,
like I said, could have been a better pay-per-view. Could have been a better.
I don't know. Like even the WrestleMania entrances, I just didn't care about.
Yeah, there was honestly, in my opinion, among the both nights, there was only 2 great matches. In my opinion,
Was it both triple threats?
Yes.
I can make a strong argument for the Fatal 4-Way, though. Yeah, I can make a strong showing for the Fatal 4-Way. Everybody turned face when nobody likes Dom, but then Dom wins the title and everybody's losing their mind.
Yeah, I mean, that was an okay match.
No, both triple threats were phenomenal. The ending of the first one was great. The women's one, that one was wild. That was great. No, the match I would have loved to have my landlord and Suitcase's commentary with for, Stratton and Flair. I'd have loved their comment. The way y'all tore apart the first 2, I'd have loved to have your commentary for those ones. They were like missing their cues of forgetting what they were supposed to do.
Yeah, it was terrible.
I can only imagine.
I'm like, this is kind of dumb.
But say we're good on that.
Wrestling aside, wrestling's kind of gotten air right now. I mean, we're getting Legend Killer Randy Orton at Backlash against Cena.
Let's get to the meat
cool.
and potatoes because I'm getting sleepy.
Yeah,
he's getting sleepy.
I have an announcement at the end. I'm saving for the end. This is more a me thing, but I'm going to keep it for the end.
You're pregnant.
Shit, you let it loose so early.
Yep. Sorry. Anyways.
Pokemon Gen 4.
Generation 4.
Generation 4.
Sinnoh.
Sinnoh. What do we want to start with?
I mean, how it's probably one of the best generations, if not the.
Lore-wise, yes, I do agree with that.
Lore-wise, it's great, but here's my problem. This is where they start overboating you with legendaries.
Yeah.
3 was kind of middle of the road. 4, you just overload me with legendaries.
But then when you have like a whole list of legendaries you have to get in the one game, it's like,
yep.
Why?
And half of them you can't get unless you do a special event.
Yeah, exactly.
Arceus.
Couldn't get Arceus. You couldn't get
Manaphy.
Cresselia. Couldn't get Darkrai.
Yeah. Here's my other gripe. You have this Pokedex, and you can arguably make the argument that their gimmick was more evolutions for your older Pokemon.
Yeah.
Because that's the core of the Dex right now. In Diamond and Pearl, the only one you could get that started like after Abomasnow in the Dex order, so you had that whole line before you hit the legendaries. The only one you could get was Sneasel. The other Pokemon were not available in Diamond and Pearl. No Electabuzz, no Magmar, no Tangela, no Magneton, no Mamoswine. None of them. The only one that was Weavile.
Yeah, I don't remember enough.
And then they fixed it in Platinum. But you have this entire Oh, okay. Let's talk about how you have all these Pokemon, and then you have gym leaders with the key typings that could use these Pokemon that eventually do in Platinum. But then you have the 8th gym leader being electric type gym leader, and he has 2 electric types out of 4 Pokemon. And then you give him a monkey and an octopus.
Monkey.
Monkey. Seriously?
Or the fact that there's literally 2 fire types in Diamond and Pearl.
Yeah, so if you...
Chimchar and
Ponyta. Yeah, so... And not many Pokemon in that generation can get Flamethrower by level up that could viably use it with their special attack stat. Because this is when the physical special split happened. So now Fire Punch is a physical move. And Flamethrower is special. So nobody else can really viably use it. So if you don't choose the monkey, you're either using a horse that's kind of trash until he gets level 40. Even then, it's still trash.
So Infernape's like the only option you have.
Yeah,
at that point,
when it comes to fire types. And you have a shitload of water Pokemon.
Though I will say they did give us probably my top 3 favorite water Pokemon because I fall back on this one whenever I need a water type and it's available. And that's Gastrodon. Because water ground type, phenomenal typing. Quagsire's alright, but I'll fall back on a Zoom rule before I hit Quagsire. But just
even before the fairy type?
No, fairy type. If it's Johto, I'll fall back on Quagsire if I don't pick Totodile.
Okay.
But if we're talking like Scarlet, Violet, Sword, Shield kind of days, I will fall back on a Azumarill first.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. So let's see. And also with the Diamond and Pearl, the original releases of them, the game was ungodly slow.
Yeah, you'll hit a Pokemon, and then there's that second delay before your HP starts going down, or theirs. It's like...
And it just goes and goes, especially if it's like a Blissey or something.
God help you.
Or Chansey just goes down and down and down. I'm going to go make a sandwich, have sex, go be the president, die, revive myself, come back, and then still going
and then
down.
go watch Sound of Music, read the entirety of Game of Thrones, and it's still a third of the way there.
Incredible.
Yes. Yeah. What other? Let's see.
This is when they started gender differences in your Pokemon.
Yeah.
Which, okay, cool.
Let's see. Any other negatives?
Here's my gripe. Which I just thought of this one. If you're gonna put gender differences in your Pokemon, unless you're like a female exclusive Pokemon like Kangaskhan, why don't all Pokemon have gender differences?
Yeah.
Why is it just like a few and they're even slight?
Yeah.
Like, think about it. Charizard doesn't have gender differences.
Well, they probably wanted to, but it's like they probably couldn't really do any more than they could at the time because of the, restraints and storage and everything.
Yeah, exactly.
They still don't.
We were probably lucky to even get those at the time.
They still don't. Nothing else has had a gender difference happen.
Yeah. But the games run like shit nowadays, so can you imagine if they put more gender differences in?
Yeah. I just hope ZA runs decent in general.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
Definitely.
it looked good on the Switch too.
Yeah, that's the
Switch
Switch
1,
too.
I don't know.
Switch 1 looked like it was slowly shitting itself to death. The Switch 2 looks like it's pretty smooth.
Yeah. But speaking of gender differences, how about the Pokemon designs? Bidoof.
Big oof.
Bidoof is
just a derpy motherfucker, and I love him.
so. I'm running through the Gen 1 normal types in my head.
Bidoof.
I mean, yes, Bidoof is a useless piece of garbage, but
Rattata.
I love him because of that short that they did in Pokemon.
Yeah.
And it's like, I love
hey.
Bidoof now.
You know, I don't know if it's coming out like anytime soon, but you know it might be already. That Pokemon Concierge show, I think season 2 is out now.
Yes, I want to see it.
Oh yeah, I heard about
That is actually really good. Season 1 is actually kind of cool.
Next to Lillipup, I think my favorite Gen 1 route. No, Bidoof wins as my favorite Gen 1 or
Route 1.
Route 1 normal type.
Gen 4, okay.
Route 1 normal type.
Well, you're
Ronin.
saying Gen 1. It's like, what the
Yeah,
fuck are you
I'm
talking about?
No,
We're
wait,
in Gen 4.
Gen 1's Rattata.
Yeah, no, I like Bidoof. And out of obviously Shanks, he's a great early Pokemon that you can get that you can use out through the whole game, really.
Should have been a Dark type, but whatever.
Yeah, and then you can get Gastrodon eventually. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of great Pokemon that you can use.
One of the most viable Route 1 birds. We got Staraptor.
Yes.
Yeah, Staraptor's pretty
Staraptor
crazy.
hits like a truck.
Yeah.
Even now in Brilliant Diamond Shine Pro, I'm using one. I'm like, this thing hits like a truck.
Dude, I love Staraptor.
I want a shiny one. Just because the little red turns blue.
Yep, I got one.
I want one.
I love one. Yeah, I'm not big on like the Route 1 birds, but that's definitely the one I always get.
Swallow's decent, but if I'm going to get a flying type at that point, it's probably going to be Altaria. But that's
true.
Gen 3.
I agree with
I
that.
kind of run this through like almost anime-wise of what one's more viable. Because Pidgeot's alright, but Pidgeot needed a Mega.
Yeah.
Knocked out, whatever.
And let's see. Skuntank.
I love it shiny.
Stunky.
I love it shiny coloring.
Yeah, I do
That's
like
probably
using
top 5 favorite shinies for me.
that. Yeah, that is a good shiny.
I remember I was playing Arceus like 5 minutes before you came over one day, and I just got a shiny Stunky, and I came downstairs to show you on my Switch. I'm like, you're going to hate me. You're like, why? And I showed you, dude, you cursed me out like nobody's business.
I did actually end up getting...
You did, but at that point you didn't have one.
Yeah,
you were
eventually
so jealous.
Eventually I did get a shiny Skuntank.
I saw that outbreak happen. I'm like, oh, this is mine now.
Let's see. One of my personal favorite bug types. Is it the greatest bug? No. I love Yanmega. That is a demon.
Yeah, Mega in the anime is the first time that Team Rocket put Ash and Company in trouble. Was when Jesse's Yanma evolved in Yanmega.
Yeah,
Suitcase has some points you'd like
Sorry,
to make.
folks. I'm in and out. It's been a rough week. Work's been a pain in the ass, and I'm just tired.
Yeah.
This is my only day off. Then I got to do 3 10-hour shifts, and then you'll see me in PAX.
Yeah.
Yes, if you're going to be at PAX, the real life Pepino Spaghetti is going to be down there.
Yep. But yeah, Gen 4.
In costume as Pepino Spaghetti.
Well, yeah, in costume, of course.
Yeah.
That's why I said that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we were talking about like all the cons and stuff. The biggest positive for me is the pain and misery of dealing with the champion. I think Cynthia is probably the greatest champion to exist in a Pokemon game.
Mm-hmm.
Cynthia is the first one that had a varied team that you don't have to type match up. You can't just, okay, I'm here with Articuno or whatever. Done.
Yep.
Yeah, no, you actually had to plan against her team.
Because there's no fairy type to counter that Spiritomb. And then that Garchomp punches holes without breaking a sweat.
Yeah, really.
And then they swapped out one of her Pokemon with Togekiss. I don't remember which one it was.
I don't remember.
But they swapped, and Togekiss itself has a crazy move pool to begin with.
Yeah, you're
And
right.
also hits like a truck and is bulky. And then you give her Milotic
Yeah, really.
in Lucario.
Yep. Yeah, that was the first champion. I was like, I'm kind of scared.
I saw videos of what that Garchomp could do. I'm like, I'm sitting in my living room like, I want to go home.
It's just also the music. Like her battle theme is just
Yes.
Oh yeah, well
And then
once the piano's done and it just gets into the song, like, oh shit.
It's like, let's go. Roll up in the sleeves, like, all right, let's go. Come on. And then you barrely get past Spiritomb, already losing 2 Pokemon, and then suddenly Garchomp's next. It's like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
There's points you will not see her whole team if she brings out Garchomp early.
Yeah, that's true. Or if you do Roar or something and get him out early.
I think another big positive. I really think the starters for Gen 4 were just solid.
Yeah. I will agree
A
with that
good case of just like, haha, funny animal. Haha, funny animals.
one. Listen, turtles are hilarious. Monkeys are hilarious. Penguins are hilarious. And you made them starters?
Yeah.
Done. I see no cons for any of them. None.
That's true. No, you're right.
Everybody has their preferences.
I've used all 3 of them. I mostly use Piplup, but I have used all 3 of them.
I am mostly a fire monkey man.
Ironically enough, I choose Turtwig.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just there's no real misses with the starters.
But this is...
And of course,
brand new furry bait in Gen 4 too, in the form of Lopunny.
Yeah.
I call it Lopunny, Batman. I call it Lopunny.
You're talking about that's an elite form.
Sweet.
That's an elite form.
Everyone's just mentioned it. Garchomp is a fantastic Pokemon to get. Unfortunately, with what was it in Diamond and Pearl, you got him like very late game. Mm-hmm. Then Platinum, they actually fixed it.
You had to find a Gibble.
Yeah, I think in that point, I don't even remember how you get Gibble in that game. I remember how it is in Platinum because they made that place early. But I don't even remember what it was in Diamond and Pearl.
I don't remember either.
Because like everybody's standard team was like your starter, Luxray, Staraptor, a whiny buddy.
I'm sorry, buddy.
The poor thing.
It's like the same like 5 Pokemon, and then your starter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I don't remember if Garchomp was ever on that list. If he was, I can't remember how to get him.
Mm-hmm. And then the other evolutions, Tangrowth, Licky.
I do enjoy Licky.
Licky is a cool Pokemon. I actually use him quite a bit.
It's kind of it's a thing.
Well, it's just the fact that you can have different types of moves on him.
Yeah.
Normal type.
Normal types are slept on because it's like
you're just a normal
they
type.
aren't fantastic, but they have the potential at the same time.
Oh yeah, you get the right ones.
And I just love Tangrowth. I don't know why. He's just a big, giant, derpy dude.
Big old ball of nuts.
And like I said, Yanmega is just a demon.
One that I don't think he needed, but he is 100% viable, Rhyperior.
Yeah. Oh, Rhyperior's pretty crazy.
I love that Pokemon.
And like I said with Togekiss fucking murders people.
And one of your boys, probably one of mine if you didn't scoop him many other media have him in.
Mamoswine. I love that boy. That's my boy.
I saw a thing, and I want you to picture them in your brain. Look at Porygon 2, right? Then look at Porygon Z.
Yeah.
The head is backwards. It's like a corrupted Porygon 2.
Huh.
Do you see the guy that made a Wii U and a Switch out of Porygon 1, 2, and Z?
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, he made the Wii, the original Porygon. The Wii U was Porygon 2, and the Switch was Porygon Z with the Joy-Cons and everything. It was really cool.
Mm-hmm. Frostlass.
I love using Frostlass. That's a good Pokemon, too. Electivire, I didn't use him very much, honestly. Or Magmortar back in the day, because I just couldn't get the items for him.
Yeah.
And then you had to have friends. Trade them.
Yeah.
Damn. That's for like most of them, like Ancient Power and all that on Mamoswine thing.
Well, and also back in the day, I didn't know how to get like Mamoswine.
Well, in Diamond and Pearl, you could because it was all platinum. But even platinum was like, I'm a dumb kid. How am I supposed to do
like I didn't know you had to teach him moves to.
And then you got to hope to God you have a heart skill.
Yeah.
Speaking of, can we talk about how the underground is still trash?
Well, hold on. Diamond and Pearl, yes. Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, the underground was a hell of a lot better.
Right.
Because
I still don't want to go down the underground.
I still went down there to get like rocks and stones and shit.
Yeah.
And B, there's Pokemon down there that didn't show up because in Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, you can get all of the Pokemon up to Gen 4 in that game.
Oh, nice.
apparently you can get every single one of them according to what they say. I mean, if you want the legendaries, you have to go through and get those freaking stones that take 50 million thousand fucking years to fucking get to.
Here's my thing. If you're gonna make a BD at Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, make it just a direct port of Diamond and Pearl. Even if your Pokedex is trash, I would have just foregone Diamond and Pearl and done straight Platinum.
Yeah.
Or at the very least, which I'm gonna get in a Platinum rant with this, Diamond and Pearl, Team Galactic. Your final boss fight with Cyrus, and he just walks off and leaves. Then what?
Yeah.
He's supposed to walk off in the sunset, this psycho freak?
Yeah, it made more sense in Platinum.
I do not see Cyrus bowing down to a 10-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
And then Platinum has...
That's why Platinum's better, because that was the first jump scare I saw in Pokemon.
Platinum, he succeeds to an extent on top of Spear Pillar. But he doesn't get what he wants. Exactly.
Yeah.
No, he does.
He does, but it's not what he specifically wanted.
He accepted it.
He did.
As what he wanted.
He did.
So, for those of you who don't know, Platinum, you have Garantina as the main legendary for the climax of the story. And at the time, you never really saw Pokemon do this, where you got this giant looming shadow with red eyes coming out of this big circle portal thing, and the claws come up, and it's like, blah! And just attack the fucking screen. Scares the shit out of you because you don't fucking expect it. And there's a whole fucking distortion world to go down into, which, yes, traversing through the distortion world is a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
But the fact that you are facing Garantina,
In his home turf.
Yes, one of the most badass legendaries. I don't care what anyone fucking says. I fucking love that dude.
For me, he's top 3.
Yeah. And instead of just the legendary appearing, he comes down from the top of the screen during the battle, which doesn't sound like anything nowadays, but back then that was unique. That was cool.
Back then, we only got something like that in Heart Gold, Soul Silver, which is after this time.
Yeah.
With Koga jumping on the screen like a ninja. Platinum, Cyrus stayed in the distortion world.
Yeah, and he wanted to make a new world, and technically he had that because he was stuck in the distortion world, because Garantina's like, yeah, you're going to die.
But then the problem here, because you catch Giratina, you just leave him there. That's why Platinum was better. They rounded out everything. They rounded out their Pokedex better. It gave us something different with the... It's like, okay, Cyrus is a bad guy. Cyrus isn't it. We got this whole thing with Giratina going on here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Cyrus succeeded. He got the red chain. He snatched up Dialga and Palkia. Now you woke up the devil.
Mm-hmm.
It's great.
Which they have a ROM hack for that Luminescent Platinum on the Switch, and I want to play that so bad. I just don't know how to hack my Switch. I need to get that little plastic thing.
You want to get something close to that?
I gotta put my little plastic wiener in there.
Get the DS ROM hack of Platinum called Renegade Platinum. Everything's harder. It's the same guy that made Storm Silver.
Yeah,
I got a full out shiny Bagon on that one once. Used it too.
And since we are talking about Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, the remakes, obviously we could talk about Arceus. Where do you want to start with that?
I'll say this.
It's my favorite game.
I will say this. I've said it before. You've heard me say it a million times. I've told it to every customer I talk about that wanted to buy Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl would have been fine if you, one, not necessarily give me Sword and Shield graphics, but not make everything literally feel like a DS game again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
But you cannot give me these long-awaited remakes, make them look like trash and essentially play like trash.
Exactly.
And then 3 months later, give me the quality that you just gave me in Arceus.
Yeah, exactly.
Because Pokemon Legends Arceus, I will go on a limb with this. Pokemon Legends Arceus is the greatest Pokemon game ever made.
Yes, that's what I said. It's my favorite.
Don't
be wrong. I love ORAS.
I love ORAS. ORAS has probably got my favorite Shining Honey method.
Yeah, but among modern Pokemon games, Legends Arceus is my number one.
Yeah.
You had something totally different, totally out of the box that Game Freak has never done. and they nailed it.
They nailed it.
Now, yeah, the
world-
graphics aren't the greatest. Who fucking cares?
No.
The game runs. I mean, sometimes it lags a little bit, but nowhere
You should have
near.
kept the Pokemon look like this and not give me the real life textures you gave me in Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah, nowhere near what Scarlet and Violet does. The game is actually playable, and yes, it may get boring that there's not many trainer battles, but if you really want hardcore trainer battles, just go into the village, go talk to the one dude from Black and White, and there you go. You got trainer battles.
Boom.
I mean, you can't walk to them, but you get trainer
You're there.
battles. You can level up your Pokemon there. You can go get the alpha Pokemon and kill a bunch of them to level up your Pokemon.
Yeah.
You know.
The thing I love about this world, so we got Sword and Shield by that point. Open world, okay. You can avoid everything.
Yeah.
If I don't want to run into that Gengar, I'm not going to run into that Gengar. They're working on Scarlet and Violet. To me, Scarlet and Violet, they just overpacked the world with Pokemon. You gave me nothing but rolling fields and a city that had nothing in it for a while. And then just overpacked it with Pokemon. Unnecessary.
Yeah.
Legends Arceus, which I hope this is what they do. I know it's what they're going to do at nighttime, but I hope this is what they keep it with at daytime for ZA. I walk out in Legends Arceus, there's just a small hint of what in the world is going to happen. I'm a little bit nervous.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter where, just because you know where stuff's going to spawn in, but then you also kind of don't. Like,
Yeah,
you know where the alpha Pokemon
Yeah,
are.
when you first play, you don't know what's out there.
Yeah, I went exploring in Horseshoe Plains in the first area because I just kept going, and I ran into the Alpha Rapidash. I'm like, what? Like I knew what the Alpha
I
Pokemon was.
remember
But
that.
I know what the Alpha Pokemon because I watched all the trailers. I'm looking. I'm like, what?
I was like, oh, he's probably not the high level 40.
40?
Oh shit, they're a lot higher than I thought.
Can we talk about how like there's unnecessarily aggro Pokemon? Like I should not be running from a Paris. I'm
Oh my
sorry.
gosh.
I should not be.
Paris had a bug up its ass that whole game.
It's funny because it also is a bug.
Yeah, they just attack you for no reason.
Carnivine, I get. Venus Flytrap, I get it. Ghastly, I get it. Geodude, okay. Rhyhorn, cool. Paris, I squashed this thing.
Yeah. And I love the shiny honey method in that game.
Me too.
I don't do it the traditional way that everyone else does it, but just how
No.
I do it, I do find shinies. Maybe
If
not
I
all
do
the
it,
time,
I'm
but-
going to hit the horde once. If it doesn't show up there, whatever. I'll move on. That's how I got 2 shiny Hisuian Zoroark. One showed up right at the start. I caught it, spawned in. Well, another spawned in right after. I'm like, oh.
I still want a shiny one of him too. I haven't got that yet. Did get the shiny Hisuian Sneasel though. That was
Me
awesome.
too. I spawned in. I just went to the area because I think there was something else there, and I fast traveled to the other camp. It was right in the middle of the snow area, and then I went up a hill. Nothing had spawned in there, and in my right side of my screen, it spawned in. It was a shiny Alpha Hisuian Sneasel. I'm like, hello. Mm-hmm. You are mine now.
And speaking of these games, we talk about the Hisuian forms of Pokemon.
I will say this: Sneasel needed that typing.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's an awesome Pokemon. I
haven't used Sneasler itself.
You haven't used Sneasler?
Not in terms of gameplay. I want to just to try it out. I enjoy Sneasel too much though.
Highly recommend using Sneasler though.
Oh,
That thing can hit like a freight train.
No. You know who I want to talk about? Who's really needed? Ursaluna.
Yes,
the
I agree.
Ursaluna is pretty crazy.
Ursaluna was badass.
Blood Moon aside, Ursaluna. I looked at that thing. I'm like, you are going on my main team right now.
Oh yeah, once I saw you have that, it's like I need Ursaluna.
need it.
now.
That's a big bear, and
I
I want to pet it.
Want it shiny because the darker red the darker brown is like rusty red. I want it.
All right, Mouthers. Have a great night. I'm leaving you with Cheech and Chong here.
Listen, it's Timon and Pumbaa to you.
That's abuse.
Now I'm all wet.
There was like 5 drops of water left in that, and I threw it at him.
There was like 6. I felt off.
It's wet.
Well, Suitcase is gone, so now you're stuck with the 2 of us. You're talking about Arceus
Yes.
and how it's great.
Yes. Shiny Honey method is awesome, yes.
Storyline's great.
And I do like the fact that the Pokemon actually attack you as the trainer.
That world scares me.
Oh, yeah. It's fucking terrifying. When you got freaking Garchomp, level 70 with red eyes staring at you. And it's like, I'm going to leave now. None of my Pokemon are anywhere near that level. And they can knock you out personally.
Yep.
Which I hope they have that in ZA as well. The Pokemon can actually physically attack you.
I don't need alphas in Z. I don't. I just want the world to be like, okay, if I run into a Pyroar, I should be afraid a little bit. It's a little bit.
Yeah.
Especially if I have just Totodile. Or if I pop in the sand and Sandile shows up. I'm nervous.
On top of all that, you have missions.
Yes.
And yeah, a lot of them are, go fetch missions. Hey, give me this and this so my store can open more.
Yes, a lot of it is side quest. A lot of it is you'll get them early, but you can't touch them unless you grind stupid heavy.
Yeah.
Because it's finish the page for Cricketune. Ma'am, I don't even have a Cricketot yet. I ain't got to that part. But it's one of those things, you see it, you're going to go get it, and then you have a quest log.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Keep it in ZA, please.
Yes.
Start on Via, you can give me Jack.
Yep.
I don't need 3 branching storylines. Give me the one storyline, but make it like an RPG and give me my side quests.
And to top it all off, you have an awesome boss fight at the end.
Bro, that's
when you're not prepared.
if Cynthia's number
for
1,
it,
this is 1.5.
if you're not prepared for it at first, it is
you will
a
not
scary
be.
fight.
You will not be.
Huh?
You will not be prepared for it first fight.
Oh yeah. Because if
Never.
you don't know what's going on, you are fucked because you are going against 7 Pokemon.
Yep. Well, technically 8.
That's true. 8 because of the different form.
Yep.
So yes, you go through
Well,
basically
now
Cynthia's.
it's given away.
Yeah. Well, you're basically fighting Cynthia's team.
Yep.
And then you're
Except
facing
put
Garantina at the end.
Yeah.
And you face his origin form, which we've already mentioned.
Now,
We've already mentioned this plenty of times in the podcast.
I don't remember if Giratina's stats change with its form change. It probably doesn't.
I don't think it does.
But next to Lugia, Giratina is the bulkiest Pokemon in the game. I don't care what you hit it with, it will live. Even if you hit it with a Moonblast. I jacked up an Alpha Clefable. Moonblast, Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, probably Psychic.
Whoa, what level was it?
High enough to fight it. I jacked it up. And
So high enough, or was it above?
pretty sure it was above.
Because the second playthrough I did, I made sure all my Pokemon were well past his level. And I basically killed him in 2 hits.
See? It will live 1 hit. No matter what.
Yeah.
Just because it's stat-wise, doesn't matter what level they're 1 hit. It will live. Doesn't matter what it is.
And not only can you physically walk up to all these other Pokemon and Alpha Pokemon, you can walk up to these legendary Pokemon too.
Yep.
Garantina's sitting there in the cave. You can walk up to them and it's like, yep, I'm going to battle you now.
We don't talk about the boss fights with the natural disasters. That's like real time, let me Dark Souls level fight you before you even get me in a Pokemon battle. I didn't like it. I also don't like the new fairy one. I don't like her.
You don't like the...
Enamorous, I don't like her. I like her typing, that's it.
Yeah, it's kind of ugly.
I kept them all in their animal forms. I don't know why.
Yeah, I think I did too. But
She could stay a turtle. I don't care.
Oh, and speaking of the different forms, the starter Pokemon, they had to grow on me a little bit at first, especially my Typhlosion. But the fact that Typhlosion's story is he guides souls to the afterlife, that's pretty fucking cool.
Hisuian Samurott to me would be cooler if Samurott was bigger.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Samurott in and of itself is not that big of a... It's big when you're comparing it to like 10-year-olds.
Mm-hmm.
But Samurott itself is like not that big. When you put it next to like I don't know, Rhyhorn, it's the same size as a Rhyhorn. As a fully evolved Pokemon.
True.
I expect that from like Roserade.
Yeah, no, you're right.
But I don't know. I'm not saying it's bad because it's not. Samurai itself is cool design wise, but when you see it like that now, in a quote unquote real stage form with your Pokemon, you can tell when they're bigger or smaller than what they should be.
Right.
I don't know. Samurai just doesn't hit right with me.
Yeah. And then
I only picked Decidueye first because I love Rowlet to begin with.
yeah. And then Lilligant, I actually really like that Lilligant form.
That thing hits like a truck.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if I like it. Try it. It's like, dude, I like this Pokemon.
There's one there's two I really want to use. I want to outright fully use Hisui and Arcanine in a playthrough. And I also want to use Cleavor.
Yeah. I have Cleavor. I don't think I've
I have it.
hardcore used him much.
I have one. I just haven't used it. Well, I did.
I use it as
transferred
just
all my fun stuff.
just to level him up to 100. That's about it, really. Not really through a playthrough.
I transferred all my fun stuff over to Pokemon Home so I could play through the game again.
Yeah, I did too. And
You know who I
Hisui
don't
and
like?
Basculin, the Basculin Legion. He's
The fact
awesome.
that all the genders are different colors, even as a shiny, is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. And the fact that Basculin Legion, he evolved because of all like the souls of dead Basculin, like went into him and made him evolve. That's pretty fucking cool.
Uh-huh. You know who I don't like? Hisui and Gudra. Typing's alright. I don't like his design.
I don't mind
You
him.
finally made him a snail? Okay.
Yeah.
But then
I don't-
the Sligo can't move.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Yeah. No, I don't mind the Hisui and Gudra. I've used him a lot.
No, you know what I don't like? I don't like it shiny. The only thing it changes the tail is the shell is brown.
Yeah.
Like, give me shiny Gudra
I
again.
got the shiny just because it was
It was
shiny.
there.
But
I don't like shiny Avalugg either. Or Hisui and Avalugg. I don't like him either.
what's the shiny of him?
I don't remember the shiny. No, the shiny I want because the big pincer things are like bright orange. I want the shiny. I just don't like Hisui and Avalugg.
Yeah.
It just looks wrong. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Hisui and Electrode's alright. I want it shiny.
Yeah, I would rather have it shiny. I do that.
I don't like. I like its move. I don't like it has recoil. Its move is Chloroblast. I think there's like half your HP back to you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that. I like the typing. Typing's kind of wild. It's grass electric.
But I hope with Legends ZA, I know we keep going back to CA, but the reason why we're mentioning CA, they're going from Arceus, whatever, if we could see it, whatever,
No, say how you
from Arceus to ZA.
we go
This
from
is what we're comparing your game to.
yeah. We go from
And-
the past. We did the past phenomenal.
Yeah. And if you're going to give us a game that doesn't have half of those features that made it cool,
You could take out Alpha Pokemon out of here. I don't care. I don't see them working well in the city.
I think there's going to be something that's like Alpha, though.
Might be.
Well, because remember the one trailer, it showed like that glowing aura that the trainer was looking at?
Yeah, it could be something.
There's probably going to be some kind of thing that's going to force Pokemon to Mega Evolve, and they're going crazy.
Dope.
I mean, that's what I'm guessing. I'm not saying, there's rumors and shit, and people say, oh, take it with a grain of salt, blah, blah, blah.
I will take everything with
But-
a grain of salt. If you give me that mega failing stupid thing that's been floating around, I'm going to be mad at you.
Yeah. But
I like failings. I used it. It's kind of great.
I've never used them.
He's fun.
But this was the one Pokemon story that was kind of serious.
Yeah, you got
And near the climax of the game,
you get exiled.
yeah, the head
because they think you're the one that started all the stuff going on with the Spear Mountain, with all that space time stuff because you came from the future.
yeah, and they're like, yeah, we're just gonna ban you, and you're just
Everybody's
on your own.
against you now. The only ones that are like nervous and worried about you is the other character that you didn't pick and the professor. Everybody else is like, I will kill you.
Which was pretty fucking cool for a Pokemon game. It's like, oh shit,
sort of
I'm
like, oh.
exiled now. I can't go back into town.
I have one spot where I can rest up, but I'm like, I still don't feel safe there. Let me go back to town. Mm-hmm. And finally, they're like, we're sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I just saved all your carcasses. I will say, The Pokedex for Arceus is lacking a little bit. I feel like there's too many grass types. Because you have, your starter, that's you're given your grass type.
Yeah.
But then Carnivine's there, Roserade's there. I mean, you got options, all right? That's fine. But then I still feel like you're lacking in a couple types that you could have.
Right.
I gotta go through the Pokedex and look again. Because I'll look for like Pokemon I want to use. I'm like, okay, I got this, but then I'm going to lose this, that, and the other. Because I don't like duplicating types unless I 100% have to.
Right.
That's just my OCD going on in my brain. Like, unless I don't have a full-on shared weakness, I will not use like 2 ground types again, unless one of them's part water.
Mm-hmm.
But then I gotta have somebody counter grass, big time.
Yeah.
But no, Arceus is phenomenal. It's open world to an extent. It's not Scarlet Violet open world, but everywhere you go to is open world.
Mm-hmm.
But then you can just go. You'll go into over-leveled stuff where you're like, oh, I'm in trouble now.
Mm-hmm.
And now you got to go move.
Yep.
If you get past that Alpha Snorlax, you go farther away. You got Alpha Alakazam and Alpha Luxray running around. Get past them. You can't. Unless you start running. You don't have that ability right now.
If you have not played Pokemon in a very long time, highly recommend you just pick the game up and go.
Yeah.
Now, what I wish, if the game realizes you're playing through it a second or third time, I wish you have a choice to skip the tutorial.
Yep.
Which I understand when you first play it, you need to know the mechanics because you're physically throwing
That's
the
what
ball.
all games should do. Unless you need a refresher, like, would you like a tutorial? Sure.
Yes, give me an option, please.
Tell me how to play The Witcher again. Fine.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me how to play Pokemon again. If you have the new mechanics. If it's just let me mash A and throw a Pokeball, I don't need it.
Exactly.
But if it's like Arceus level stuff, please refresh my memory.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree.
But if I don't need it, give me an option to say no. But no, Arceus is phenomenal. Gen 4 lacking a little bit, but Gen 4. It's the first one that we had in DS. Oh, it's a special place in my heart for it.
Yeah. Maybe not as much as Gen 3 for me, but I still like the Pokemon in it. I use a lot of the Pokemon in there. A lot of my favorites are from that generation.
I'm going to love when we do Gen 5.
Mm-hmm.
I love that gen. I love that.
Well, and, we didn't mention this either. The region itself, it's one of the denser regions.
Yeah.
With so many hidden routes, so many different ways to go. And it's not just like what they did with Sword and Shield, just have one straight line, or with Gen 5, it's a circle.
Yep.
You have a very dense region you can explore. So many different routes, so many different Pokemon to find.
Every area has something for... Now, I don't expect every area to have, like, a gym or something. But when your claim to fame in an area is this guy, one guy, has what I need if I have enough items to evolve my Charcadet. What happens if you're not using Charcadet?
Mm-hmm.
The area is useless to you. Unless you want to complete the Pokedex at the end of the game. Even then, you only get one of them.
Yeah.
Because Armaroos and Cerulege are version exclusive. I want to use Cerulege through a playthrough so bad. But that's the Violet exclusive. I don't want to get rid of everything I have on Violet.
Yeah.
I really don't. So I got Vasema, who's cool and like has the armor already on their Charcadet, and they can just trade me the Charcadet.
If I play Scarlet and Violet again on the Switch too, I want to see what the updates are going to be like, and if the updates are good enough, I might actually do another playthrough. Like I'll get rid of the Violet game I have on the Switch 1, replay it on Switch 2, and see how much better the update is.
I'll transfer what I want to transfer over because I have like a box and a half full of shinies.
Yeah. But
I got a shiny Bellyville and he's funny.
Gen 4, highly recommend it. If the only options you got is Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, sucks to be you.
Yeah.
If you have a DS with Platinum,
Just play Platinum.
Yeah, you just go and play Platinum.
Just play Platinum. I know.
And if you don't have any of those,
fair
get
warning,
Arceus.
Platinum is expensive, as are all the other third game in the series.
That's why you have emulators. Yeah.
Yeah.
Play it on an emulator or get Arceus.
Yeah.
They're just better.
I mean, if you wanted the true Sinnoh experience, go Platinum.
Yeah. No, I agree with
Just
that.
go Platinum. Pokemon is expanded. The gameplay's expanded. It plays so much better.
Mm-hmm. It's a lot faster, too, actually.
faster,
We forgot to
whole
mention
thing.
that.
It's just it's like with any other third gen. Like if I'm saying I'm gonna play Hoenn, I'm gonna play Oras or I'm gonna play Emerald. I'm not saying I can't really make the argument with Yellow because Yellow took a lot of Pokemon out.
Yeah. Can't say that with Crystal, too, because they took a lot of Pokemon out of that, too.
Yep.
Which is dumb.
I mean, Hoenn took out a couple, but whatever. Yeah, I'd got to go Platinum. If you can't afford Platinum and BDS or Brilliant Diamond and Pro, screw Brilliant Diamond Shining Pro. Now, if you're going to play Sinnoh on your Switch, play Arceus. Screw Brilliant Diamond Shining Pro. Unless you want the modern day thing, then go ahead.
Yeah.
I ain't going to stop you.
Well, I just suggested Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl if you want to get every single Pokemon in the game.
Yeah.
Because of the underground.
Yeah. Gen 4.
Well, you're going to be grinding on the legendaries.
Do you want to talk about the anime?
I don't remember much about it, so you can go ahead. I remember Paul.
Paul's a dick.
He's a big old bag of dicks.
He was, because we didn't get Ash fighting Gary until Johto. And Hoenn, he was too buddy-buddy with everybody. Sinnoh is the first time that Ash got a rival that put holes in his team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's a dick. Yeah, if your Pokemon's not powered, he released Chimchar, but you gave Ash arguably top 3 strongest Pokemon he's got that's not Pikachu.
You know what I noticed? Why is it the fire Pokemon that are abused?
Because people expected power out of him, and turns out the fire Pokemon are sweethearts.
Yeah, but like...
Charmander, sweetheart. Chimchar, sweetheart.
Yeah. Tepig.
Sweetheart.
But it's always the fire Pokemon.
Because they expect the power because it's fire. But then it turns out the dude who got rid of Tepig ended up with an Emboar anyway. Because he had to double battle with Ash. And I think it was Snivy and Tepig against... First of all, he sent out Snivy against the dude who he knows is using fire-type Pokemon.
Yeah.
And he sends out a Heatmore and an Emboar. Bite me. Then Tepig evolved and put holes in the team.
Mm-hmm.
Then he wanted Pignite back. But no, Gen 4. So at this point, they brought back a few recurring characters. So you got the Pyramid King Brandon, who was the Hoenn leader of the Battle Frontier. He's the guy with the Reggies.
I'll be honest, I didn't even play any of that.
I didn't either. But they brought him back because Paul watched him beat his brother. And he didn't want to be that weak again. Hence Paul turns into a dick.
Big old bag
So
of
he
dicks.
just wanted to be that powerful. And he lost anyway.
It's a stand-up time and maximum mouthage because May's boy's butt is numb. Yeah.
Yep. But he still lost. Brandon just used Regirock, Regice, Registeel, and Paul gave up after a while. Paul sent out Magmar, got pancaked. Sent out Nidoking, got pancaked. Hariyama, pancaked.
Damn.
Lairon, got pancaked.
Damn.
He gave up on his Ursaring.
Damn.
Ursaring got paralyzed. He gave up, stopped learning rules. He got focus punched. And then he just gave up.
Whore.
He got ran through by Cynthia. She comes back. And, she didn't come back. She came over. It's those two in front of, I think, the Lost Tower where you can get Spiritomb. It's in front of something. He gets to use 6 Pokemon. She uses Garchomp. Paul's strongest Pokemon, which is the only thing that actually put this thing in jeopardy, was his Torterra. Still single-handedly beat him. Murkrow got pancaked. Chimchar got pancaked. Electabuzz got pancaked. Torterra pancaked. Then he gave up. So it didn't even finish. She just used Garchomp. Garchomp didn't break a sweat.
Nice.
Then he finally faces... He fought Ash in a full 6-on-6 battle in Lake Acuity. Beat him. Straight up just manhandled him. Then they end up fighting in the tournament. The fun fact, in this tournament, Ash decides he's going to use all of his Pokemon. And still lost. But he beat Paul.
Noob.
But Paul figured out a strategy real quick on the Ash was using the exact same team that he used against him in Lake Cutie battle again. Ash won this time. Only to lose afterwards. To the guy with the Darkrai. And the Latios. Because it was a full 6-on-6 battle. This dude wiped out 4 of Ash's Pokemon with Darkrai.
Jeez.
Sceptile beat Darkrai, which is the first Pokemon to do anything, because he ran through the Sinnoh gyms with just Darkrai. So now you got Pikachu and Sceptile against 5 other Pokemon. The next one he sends out is Latios. Punches a hole through Sceptile, and then tied with Pikachu. Pikachu was Ash's last Pokemon, so Ash was out. Dude goes on to win the Lily Valley Conference. 'Cause he's a punk. Yeah, anime was alright. I don't remember anything notable in terms of like gym battles and all that. It's kind of weird. Gym leaders are alright. Nothing to really write home about.
Yeah.
Let me run through gym leaders real quick. Rourke, boring. Gardenia, boring. Maylene, boring. Crasher Wake, boring. Fantina, boring. Byron, boring. Candace, boring. Faulkner, boring. But yeah, Sinnoh was fun. Anime-wise, it was fun. No, my only gripe. So, yeah, Ash, Brock, and Dawn watching the battle between Brandon, the Pyramid King, and Paul, right? Every Pokemon that got sent out, Dawn had to bring out her Pokedex for. I was like, can we stop? I'm tired of hearing this voice.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, Sinnoh's. I don't know. There's not a lot to write home about that we haven't already said. Sinnoh.
Yeah.
I consider Sinnoh almost a transitional period before they started doing new stuff.
Yeah. No, I agree with that.
It wasn't bad, not by any means. But yeah.
Yes.
Dead silence was dead silence.
Pokemon Gen 4. Play it now. You cock slappers.
Preferably Platinum, but play Arceus or
Yes.
BDSP if you want to.
Yes. Do that. Is there anything else you would like to add, Mr. Medikai?
For Gen 4 or just in general?
Do you have anything else in general you want to say really
do.
quick?
I got my writing bug back.
A what?
My writing bug back.
Oh.
All right, start something. I will admit.
Now, are you actually going to finish this?
Oh, yeah. I know. I've had my writing bug for a while, and then it'll just wear off. Because I'd be like, ooh, video games.
Yeah.
But now, I genuinely, I want to do this. I needed an idea, so I plugged, into ChatGPT. Okay, give me ideas for what I could write about. And it gave me one. I'm like, okay, flesh this out for me a little bit so I got something to go off of. Oh, it gave it to me, all right. And it gave me my 3 main characters, and I went off through there. Oh, it gave me something, all right. It's called The Last Emberkin. Yes, I do have the synopsis written down here.
Okay.
And I got the magic, all of it. So, here's the synopsis of what I'm going to work on. In the fractured realm of Ashkara, where elemental bloodlines once tethered mortals to the power of nature itself, the Emberkin, heirs of living flame, were thought to be extinct after the Purge Wars over a century ago. Fire, too volatile, too dangerous, was banned and its legacy buried in ash and fear. And a buddy whining. But when Kaelin Dern, an orphan blacksmith's apprentice in the backwater town of Cindervale, survives a mysterious attack and incinerates his assailants. I can't read my own writing. Incinerates his assailants with an inferno he never knew he could summon. Everything changes. His awakening draws the attention of powerful factions. The ruling Council of Stone, who outlawed fire magic. The rebellious Ashborn, who worship the old ways. And the enigmatic, flamebound, and underground order of fire mages once thought extinct. Haunted by dreams of a scorched, barren world, and pursued by those who would use or destroy him, Kaelin must flee the only home he's ever known. With him travels Lara Vane, a pragmatic wind scout with secrets of her own, And Brennick, a retired warrior sworn to a dead queen. As Kalen learns to control the volatile ember within him, he uncovers a buried truth. I can't read my writing. I started getting sloppy afterwards. The Purge Wars never ended. They merely smothered in the shadows. And now a new fire is rising. To survive, Kalen must reclaim the lost legacy of the Emberkin before his power consumes him or the world.
Fuck me, that sounds awesome.
Yeah. So I also have my character list here if you want to know who's going to be in it. So you got Kalen Dern himself, 17 years old. Orphaned as a child and raised by a blacksmith in Cindervale. Plagued by dreams of fire and destruction. Discovers the elemental lineage during an attack on his village. Got that. So Lyra Vane is 19. She's a former scout for a merchant caravan, now wandering and gathering knowledge of lost bloodlines. She keeps her past close to her heart. Sorry, I'm dying. I need something to drink. I will in a minute. Brennick Var. He was once a captain of the Ember Guard under the last Queen of Fire. Has lived in exile for over a decade because he failed to protect her. Then you got the Council of Stone people. They think this is almost Avatar in a way, from where I'm going with this. Fire's not the bad one this time. It's the Council of Stone. So the Earthbenders essentially now are the bad guys. Your main bad guy is Vernon. I think his name is Vernon. I can't remember my writing. Vernon the Thorn. The politically powerful Earth Mage who believes fire magic is internally destructive. He wants to either control or eradicate young Kalen Dern. Then he's got his allies, blah, blah, blah. Other allies, let me see if I got anything else I want to have you know about. Or if I want to have you.
It sounds like a badass story, though. I
great.
definitely want to see you flesh this out.
This I planned on.
Actually write it up.
So there is a system for magic here. Just real quick. So, in Ashkara, magic is not learned. It is inherited. Centuries ago, mortals made ancient pacts with the elemental sovereigns. Pretty much sentient primal forces like the force of fire, force of wind, and all that. And were gifted elemental blood. These bloodlines, fire, water, air, earth, and rare elements, were passed down until the Purge Wars, which saw most of them hunted to extinction. Only Earth-blooded, now called the Council of Stone, remain in power. Others live in hiding or are dormant, which means they're not there. So you got the Emberkin, which are the ones of fire. Then you got the Earth-blooded, which is the Council of Stone. You got the Windwalkers. We got Tideborn, which is water. Stonebound, which is a lesser form of Earth, and they pretty much have like militaristic standings with the Council of Stone. And Icebound, which is frost. But there's rules with this magic and limitations. Elemental magic is blood-based and not taught. Only those with lineage can use it. So if you don't have the lineage blood in you, you do not get to use this magic. Emotions fuel your magic. Fire is the most unstable. So if you get too excited, too scared, too angry, you will cause an inferno. You cannot control this. Earth is the most grounded, so you can rock steady earth, boom, you're good. Air is the most evasive, so you keep flighty of mind, whatever. Overuse causes the backlash, especially in an untrained user. So Kalen runs the risk of burning his own body if he's not trained right.
Damn.
Will he be? I don't know. But there are also artifacts and relics from before the Purge. They still exist and can amplify or control your powers. Like the Cradle Flame for fire. Yes, I will run with this. Yes, I will keep it going. Because I'll tell you right now. ChatGPT gave me ideas for a whole series with this thing. The first one is the Last Emberkin. I'm running with this. This sounded fun. I'm going to keep with it.
Hell yeah, dude. You heard it here, folks. Yeah. Medicai's making a book, and once he makes it into a series, hopefully at some point.
Yeah. It's going to take a while. But I'll give you updates whenever I'm a couple chapters in, what have you.
But
maybe have Maze Boy and all them read it. Yeah. I'll post it somewhere where all maximum outlets people can listen to it, read it. But yeah, that was my announcement. I was saying for the end.
Yeah,
I'm starting to
bro.
work my thing.
Yes, but folks, I think that is all we got
That's it because my voice is starting to go.
for tonight.
My throat's dry. I kept coughing.
Yeah, suitcase is gone. Medicaid can't talk anymore. I think we're good. So, folks, thank you
We
for
might have,
listening.
we might have a movie review next time because tomorrow, Maze, myself, and a few other fine folks are going to see Thunderbolts.
Yes. And
Black
folks,
Widow's family goes on a mission with Bucky. That's all I got.
Yes. Folks, thank you for listening. Thank you for the new subscribers.
Thank you. We love you.
Yes. And we will see you later, folks.
Bye.